And hello, welcome to prayer time this evening. My name is Joe. I am a practitioner of science of mind teaching. I'm an RScP. That's what that stands for. I'm affiliated with the Colorado Springs CSL Church here in Colorado, formerly from Mile High Church in Denver. But welcome to prayer time. If you have never been here before, welcome. This is something that we do twice a day at 8:15 in the morning and 8:15 in the evening, Mountain Standard Time. And if you have anything on your heart space or anything that you need to be held in prayer, we do take prayer requests at the email address below. It's prayer@ntmedia.org. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a good or a bad thing. You can have prayer for, just being one with gratitude. You could have prayer for things that are going on in your life, maybe abundance, for example. Or, on the other end, if you're struggling with something, we do have a group of both ministers and practitioners that we do take prayer very seriously. That's what our job is. So feel free if you do have any prayer requests to send them there. And, my other thing I would comment on real quick here is if you do like what we're doing here at the New Thought Media Network, the website at ntmedia.org, there's a donate button. Feel free to donate. It helps support programming such as this. It also brings artists to the table that we have concert series and the ability to hear your Daniel Neymods, the Jamie Lulas, the Gary Lynn Floyds, the Eddie Watkins Jr.'s. So there's a lot of really great music that's there. And, I will just say, I may be a little bit partial as to how I say this. There's a lot of good things going on, and there's so much more that's coming down the pike here that I will tell you I know about. So I'm really kind of excited. So it's just going to be greetings, Ronald. Welcome. I'm looking forward to this next year. This is going to be a big year. This is one of those things that we've been doing a lot of visioning about what the network, the next step is, and there's a lot of really good things that are going to be really cool. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to spoil because Reverend Robert Brzezinski is a good friend of mine, and I want to give him that respect. So, but there is a lot of good things on the pike. I will just tell you that. And, looking forward to it. So today, I kind of want to talk about the idea of mental equivalence. They're a very overlooked idea in science of mind teaching because, where our mind is at, that's what we're drawn to. And I think a lot of it is because the word equivalent it's just a very, I don't want to say science of mind, but it's a very deep word to understand the interpretation of what it's trying to go for. And I wanted to read just this first paragraph. This is in the Science of Mind textbook, and we know that the power which we're dealing with is principle and not personality. If we know and believe that mind is the only actor, cause, effect, substance, intelligence, truth, and power that there is, if we have a real embodiment, then we can demonstrate. If we lack, we are poor. If we are without friends, if we are without opportunity, we should be sure to erase from our consciousness any self, any sense of lack. We erase thought of consciousness by our pouring in an opposite thought. This thought meets the other and neutralizes its effect. It rubs it out just as we rub a chalk mark off a board. We must maintain a consistent, positive, aggressive mental attitude toward the truth. There's something that I talk about a lot in the prayer times I do is the difference between the idea of the world of form, or what we are in, this current reality that we're in, opposed to God's reality towards the situation. one of my best friends would ask me that question: is it your reality or is it God's reality? That's always what she would hound on me and hound on me and hound on me. And she's 100% right, because there's a desire for us when things go bad to miss the bigger point. And the bigger point is that there is this greater truth of who we are. There's a greater truth of this abundance that we are bound to have when we are applying the spiritual laws, when we are one with meditation and prayer and spiritual practice. When we circulate, we do the law of circulation. When we not necessarily giving money, but when we tithe our time, we put energy into starting a new project. The universe says, "Here you go. Here's more abundance that comes your way. Here's more opportunities that come your way." So, the idea of mental equivalence is, you have to be above that state of lack, be in that state of knowing. And if you find yourself in that state of lack or of not knowing, that's a great time to go into prayer. It's a great time to go into prayer, and you don't have to be a practitioner to do it. You don't have to be a minister. You just go into your own space and do whatever spiritual practice you need to do. I will plug one quick thing here. And one of the things I really love about this network is Reverend Melissa has her morning sip spirit and practice series. It's a great way, if you are struggling with faith or struggling with something going on, create a pattern of just taking 15 minutes and listening to it. Or if you're at work during that time, listen to it on your lunch break. Google the network on your lunch break. Watch it in the afternoon. Watch it in the evening, whenever. But just start making that spiritual practice. Put that effort in. That's when you start to see the results. I want to read a really cool Ernest Holmes quote here, and then we're going to go ahead and get into our prayer. And that is, "The mind is a magnet, and we attract that with which we identify the self. In order to get the most out of life, we must learn consciously to change many of our habitual thought patterns. This is not easy, for our old thought patterns cling to us with great tenacity, but being thought patterns that can be reversed. If you are filled with fear, refill yourself with faith, for faith always overcomes fear." What a great Ernest Holmes quote. Well, we get into prayer here. So wherever you're at, I always like with a little bit of a stretch before we pray, because I think that's always great to kind of get out any, just kind of get ourselves in the spiritual mojo mode here. Just kind of take a second and just focus on our breath here. And beautiful. All right. So what I do know in this beautiful, beautiful evening is that there's so many just different examples of spirit that are around me right now. From this beautiful apartment that I have here, there's my puppy dog outside, to the moon outside right now, to the cool mountain air, to the mountains I see with just a fresh load of just beautiful snow, to the signs of the seasons changing, to the leaves falling, to the reminiscent memories of this holiday season, to hot cider, to hot cocoa. So many demonstrations of spirit. So many things, so many people, places, and things that are these representations of God. And in my mind, I know I'm one connected. My mind is unified with spirit, part of this collective whole. And I know this truth not only for myself, but every man, woman, and child that hears this prayer, that sees this prayer, that feels this prayer. And I know it doesn't matter whether this prayer happens in a living room or or whether it happens in a laundry room, or whether it happens in a church, a mosque, or a synagogue. I know that all of these minds are unified with spirit, part of this greater consciousness and awakening. And knowing this truth, I come to this realization of just this beauty that exists in this moment, this beauty that exists in this journey of abundance, of hope, of love and light, that each day that I am blessed to be a part of, that I am able just to see these beautiful demonstrations in front of me, these beautiful demonstrations of love and light that are in this journey. They're in each step of this journey. And I also know this greater truth that no matter where this journey lies, no matter how windy the road, no matter the obstacle that's in front of me, there's an opportunity to go within, to go into prayer, to go into meditation, to go into a spiritual practice, to connect closer to spirit, to raise the energy, to raise the consciousness level, to connect, to slow down. And in these moments, there's a movement to move away from this world of form and closer to this Christ consciousness. As we get closer to this holiday season, there's a calling for us to recognize and to push towards this reality, to this knowingness of consciousness, of awareness, of meditation, of prayer, of this inner knowing of not only who we are as spiritual beings, but who each other are. For in this journey, that real test is not only seeing the child of God in ourselves, but seeing the children of God in others. Seeing the light, being that change. And just knowing how beautiful this night is, knowing how beautiful this experience is of being able to hold this consciousness and awareness. I'm just in deep gratitude for being able to hold a prayer this evening. I love this beautiful space of love and light, and I just give deep thanks for being able to be a part of this New Thought Media Network prayer team, being able to be a part of this practitioner core for CSL churches, being able to be a part of this spiritual awakening, being a warrior amongst these times. But instead of fighting for war, I fight for love and peace and consciousness and raising of energy levels and vibrations. And for that, I am in just deep gratitude. I know nothing else needs to be said. I have said it all, placed it into this beautiful container of love and light known as this universal law. And knowing all has been done, all has been said, all the seeds have been planted, I just step back. I release this into the law, and so it is. All right. Well, thank you, my friends. It has been a beautiful evening here. And until we meet again, I wish you the best here. Just a reminder that we have all this beautiful programming coming up. Just please stay tuned to the network because there's just a lot of great things coming up. So with that, let's see here. What do we got going on tomorrow? We got the morning prayers at 8:15 and then a morning sip, and then wake up and say thank you with Reverend Steph. Those things are awesome. I just love it. And then one of my other good things I really love is the Joy is in the Journey, which my good friend Reverend Gina does, practitioner Gina does. And she's just awesome. If you haven't heard it, I would recommend it highly. But I'm going to go ahead and end tonight. Much love and light, my friends, till we see each other again, hopefully sometime soon. Peace, love, and blessings. And once again, and so it is. Namaste.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.